Films for the BTS of our mini horror film, Baleful. Now, if you haven't seen the film already, stop what you're doing. Click the link in the description, watch the mini film, and then come back to see how we made it. If you're still here, that means you did the reading. So let's get started. This was shot on an iPhone XS using the built-in camera app. I shot it in 4K at 60 frames per second. As a quick tip, when shooting on your cell phone, if you're someone who keeps the brightness of your screen lower, you want to make sure before you start filming that you turn your brightness all the way up. This seems trivial, but it's crucial for lighting your space and being able to see everything in the frame when you're filming. A tripod that I was blessed with for doing some free video work, coupled with the head of a selfie stick to hold my phone in place. This allowed for me to get much smoother shots than if I would have tried to use my hands. We also used the iPad Pro. Now wait! Before you think, oh, she got iPad? Oh, this ain't for me. Just hear me out. I used the iPad to search YouTube and find a red background so that I could adjust the brightness of the screen to add more red to my shot. So if you don't have an iPad, you can do this with a laptop or any screen. And if you don't have an extra screen, you can always use a red light bulb and just include more red into your shot if you're looking for the horror film look. The ring light that didn't have a good dimming range, so we would often throw some fabric over it just to diffuse some of the light. I used a cheetah print dress. I'm not saying that's what you have to use, I'm just telling you what I use. These battery operated candles are from Amazon. They did a great job at providing a seance-y feel throughout the entire tone of the movie, while also providing enough light for my phone to pick up the shots. I also decided to include 2 art pieces that I got from an artist named Gyasi, and you can find his link here. No one wants to see a bare wall, so seeing some beautiful art in the background of these shots made it immediately more interesting to look at. For this exact reason, I decided to flip a shelf that I had in my house so that it was in more of a shot, because again, you want to fill up some of that wall space. For our final clip, and the only special effects that we had in the entire film, I used some Aztec clay that I had laying around. Any of the YouTube girls will tell you that it's great for hair and skin, and all this is true. But it also happens to dry very scaly. So I had the thought of just using this and allowing it to scale over on my hand, and using some faux blood that I also got from Amazon and sort of packing that onto the scales and getting this zombie ghost hand thing. And ultimately it worked for the shot that we needed. It gave us the closing that we were looking for. Use whatever you have around you. It's about being creative. So for any visual I try to make, the first thing I do is look up royalty-free music. If I'm being honest, I didn't think that any of the royalty-free horror music that I was finding on Google or YouTube, it just wasn't serving me. It wasn't feeling authentic or like real to the project. So I went ahead and purchased a sound pack from TriuneFilms. I'll put their link in the description below. They also have a page called Film Riot that is super helpful and has plenty of tips if you want to check them out as well. Shooting at night is difficult. Not only is lighting your space a much more heightened experience, but it also disturbs your natural sleeping pattern. So the bedroom scene had to be broken up into 2 separate shooting days for us. The second day, we shot in the middle of the day and blacked out some windows so that we can get the shots that we still needed. I definitely suggest maybe blacking out some windows, blacking out some space if you can, and still getting those shots in the daytime. It's not always about buying something different, it's about using